I'm Sarah Ovuka, and I'm giving the speech evaluation for Eric Morgenstern. And the title of his speech was Crazy Taxi, and this was project number 6. And the objectives of this project were to add vocal variety into his speech. So that means using volume, pitch, rate, pauses to add meaning to the speech. So I'm going to talk about how we met some of those objectives, but first I'll just talk about the speech overall. So I liked how Eric started the speech with a clear purpose. He told us what he was going to talk about, and then he spoke about it. So he said, in my absence during Toastmasters, or he told us that he had an absence from Toastmasters, and he's going to explain to us how he spent that time away from the club. And so then he went directly into the story about the time spent in Israel. One of the things that we talked about before he spoke was that he wanted to make sure he gave an interesting speech. He took us really on a journey. He was really a storyteller up here, and to me that was very entertaining. I really appreciated his use of humor throughout the speech. There were definitely laughs throughout the room on multiple occasions, so I think he did an excellent job of that. So I think from that alone, clearly it was an interesting topic, so he definitely accomplished that. In terms of going back to the objectives of the speech around vocal variety, I really liked his use of variety when he came down to the actual taxi driver. So that's really where the most prominent use of the variety was present in his speech. So first, when he was introducing it, he told us that the taxi driver had a raspy voice, and I was really hoping that the next part would be that kind of raspy voice that he was going to demonstrate for us, which he did much better than I just tried to. So that was a really good use for this particular topic, or for this particular project rather. I also I thought he had a very good variety in terms of the volume and pitch when he introduced the topic of the landmines. He said, oh, landmines, or something about the sign with the landmines, and I thought that was very good. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more of that sort of inflection in the pitch throughout the speech. I think that would have added some more value. What I would also suggest to Eric is, in terms of variety, adding some pauses. So a pause in a speech can add impact. So there are a couple of places where he could, when he introduced that the taxi driver was part of, I think it was S13, he could have stopped there to really impact the importance of that and sort of and build where the story was really going. So I think that would be something to look for next time. A couple things too we wanted to look for was his feet movement. I thought he did a good job of moving around the stage but without shuffling. So I think he's come a long way with that. His hand gestures, there were some variety, but I thought there were some good points where he went back to that sort of neutral position, which was very good. So overall, I thought it was very entertaining, great speech, a couple things to work on next time, but great job, Eric.